Hello, thank you for joining me today. So, Goodreads have done this list of creature features, 128 books featuring various creatures, and I thought we could take a look through them, have a little chat about the books, see what I've read, see how many are on my TBR. So, come join me at my computer and let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go through, I'm going to break this up into parts because otherwise I think it'd be far too long and probably boring. And then I'm thinking in the future, should I take these off? Does that help? I don't know. I'm thinking in the future I'm going to probably build some sort of TBR based on this. So if there's anything that I mention I haven't read that you think I should read, make sure to put it in the comments. So we'll do vampires and ghosts today. They're the first two. So Bride by Ali Hazelwood, I have this on my TBR. I will actually be reading this month if I follow my TBR properly. Bless Your Heart by Lindy Ryan. I've never actually heard of this. Is it a horror? A mystery horror? Interesting. When did this come out? Last year? I've never heard of this. Mystery horror with a southern charm. That does sound fun. Oh no, yes, I do know this. I just have only seen this cover. Yeah. Okay. I would definitely like to read that. To You Shall All Flesh Come. Another one I've not really heard of. Who's this by? Lumen Reese. This looks like it's possibly more less comedic than the other one. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that sounds like something I could possibly get on board with. To be fair, this is probably all going to be things I could get on board with. An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I haven't read this yet. I believe, have a copy. I think it's a digital copy. I don't think I've got a physical copy. So the first row, we're not doing too well. The Dangerous Ones by Lauren Blackwood. This is another one I've not heard of. A romantic historical fantasy featuring vampires. Interesting. Vampires and people with demigod-like abilities. I just read the Buffalo Hunter, which was a historical vampire book. Possibly I might be in the mood for something like this. The Gathering by C.J. Tudor. So this is more of a crime, grisly crime in rural Alaska. And then there's vampires. Is it kind of like 30 Days of Night? That one with, what's his name? Is it Josh Hartnett in it? This is an interesting mix of books that I have never heard of. Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. This is on my TBR. It is, I think it's on my 25 in 2025 TBR. So I should be reading that soon. A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. I think I need a copy. I can't remember. I think I have a copy of this. That's the problem when your shelves are all like triple stacked because you've got no room. I've read this. I loved it. It was a 5-star for me. It's a YA fantasy. It's got a heist in it, which is quite reminiscent of Six of Crows for me anyway. And I really enjoyed this. It's a duology, which I love. The second one is out question mark, or is this year? It comes out this year, but is it already out? I don't think it is. No, September. That's good, because I was about to be like, how did I miss that? Because I am desperate to read the second one. I love the covers on these. Yeah, so Tempest to Tea, I loved this. It was really fun. It's like a group of well, it says a ragtag crew, which is a really good description, who end up having to work together on a heist that they're forced into, and our main character owns a tea room, but at night it's a blood house for vampires, which is illegal, and like all the tables flip and stuff. Yeah, just so fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, if you haven't picked that up, pick it up. So Thirsty. This was on my TBR for the end of last year. Still not read it. I don't know why. I read like one chapter and put it down, so I didn't need to come back to it. Since then I've read Such Sharp Teeth, which was my first Rachel Harrison, and I really enjoyed it, so I do need to just read this. Yeah, that's about it really. I quite enjoyed Such Sharp Teeth, so hopefully I enjoy that one. I've not heard of this. The Ones Who Came Back Hungry by Emelinda Berube. This is a supernatural horror that's a terrifying vampire legend and part modern exploration of toxic relationships. Oh, it's queer as well. This sounds like something I'd be interested in. To be fair, vampires are always something I'm interested in, so blood-soaked vampires. That does sound fun. Are these all like recent releases, or just vampire books in general? Okay. Indian Burial Ground by Nick Medina. This is on my TBR. Probably try and get to it in June, I think. We Love the Night's Life by Rachel Kohler Croft. I've never heard of this. Locked in a toxic female friendship, two vampires careen towards catastrophe in this dark and dazzling page turner. Interesting. Oh, London 1979. With a deep love of disco. Ah, okay, that sounds fun. Do we think it's London Disco Vampires? I do enjoy Sapphic books. I need to read more, so that could be fun. This Ravenous Fate. I feel like I've seen this on TikTok, possibly. Hayley Dennis. This is the first in a series. It's a fantasy. Oh, it's a duology set in Jazz Age Harlem. Oh, these authors are out here doing some really good stuff, especially with this, like, I mean, vampires and historical is such a juicy thing to do, because you can literally do anything. And I'm so pleased to see so many of these vampire books being tagged as queer, because you can't tell me that vampires are not queer. And if you try to argue otherwise, I know that you do not understand vampires and how awesome they are, how important they are to queer culture. But obviously, as well as that, they do have some not so great roots as well. Lucy Undying by Kirsten White. I have a copy of this. I think I've got it on NetGalley, so I want to read this. It's seductive gothic fantasy. I love gothic. I love vampires. They obviously work so well together, and I don't know why I haven't read this yet. I especially love the cover. It's got like these eyes in her hair, which just look amazing. I read, is Kirsten White the one that did Hyde? Yeah, I read Hyde. I've not read any others. I want to read Mr. Magic. I did read Hyde. Yeah, I just need to get to this one. Immortal Dark. I'm currently reading this. I've been currently reading this since December. It got like put down into my pile of shames, and I really need to come back to it because I was loving it. It's dark academia with vampires, and I mean, that's all I need to know really. It's a trilogy. It's by Tigris Germa, and yeah, it's black vampires set in a elite school. Sign me up. Apparently, I already signed up, and then I got distracted by something else. Fang Fiction by Kate Stamen London. I feel like I recognise this cover. Is this like a YA? No. The world of your favourite fantasy novels is real, and you're invited to visit. The only catch, it's filled with thirsty vampires. So she goes into her books. That's interesting. I've recently just read Fan Service. So this is saying it's kind of a similar vein. That sounds fun. 400 pages, blimmin' hell. So 4, 8, 12, 16. I've read 1. Wow, and vampires are like a thing I love. That's really crazy. My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. I've not read this. This is the second book. Are they like standalone? I've been wanting to read My Roommate is a Vampire. My friend read it when we were still doing our podcast. We're on like an extended hiatus at the moment, and she read it and she was telling me, and it just sounded so fun. So does this follow different characters? Yeah, different names. Oh, okay, that's cool. How many did I see? There's a third one. Road Trip with a Vampire. Oh, this person's just really cornered this fun like vampire moments. Scarlet. First in the Scarlet Revolution by Genevieve Cogman. A thrilling reinvention of the tale of the Scarlet Pimpernel. I don't know that tale. In revolutionary France, the aristocrats are vampires, which makes sense, and they faced a guillotine. However, the Scarlet Pimpernel is determined to rescue them. Interesting. It's going to be a trilogy. Another historical one, which makes sense for vampires. That sounds fun. The Vampire of King Street by Asher Grayling. Gothic debut novel. So I need to be picking this up. Oh my god, look at the pages. Yes. 19th century New York. Never expected their first client would be a vampire accused of murder. Oh, okay, I really want to read this. An alternative paranormal history. That sounds really good. The Madness by Dawn Kurtagich. Oh my god, I'm like squinting so hard. Maybe I should just left my glasses on. These are all recent books. I didn't realize it was like all recent books. I thought it was just going to be new books from 2024. I should have just read what it was. That's, oh my god, so many vampire books, just like last year. So her carefully curated life is turned upside down, leaving behind her psychiatric practice in London, along with her routine and the calm it brings. She returns to the windswept shores of Wales. I bet that like the atmosphere, I bet that's really good. This is a gothic one as well. Oh no, I was thinking I might build like a little TBR from this, but I actually want to read all of it, so that didn't help. Alright, First by Marina Yuskutsk. Apologies. And translated by Heather Cleary. Set across 2 different time periods, 2 women confront fear, loneliness, mortality, and a haunting yearning that will not let them rest. A breakout genre blurring novel. Oh, and New Voices of Latin America's Feminist Gothic. Echoes of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Oh, I like the sound of that one. Do I just read all these books? No, there's too many, right? Right? Could I? No. American Ghoul by Michelle McGill Vargas. A wildly entertaining debut. I like debuts. American Ghoul deftly combines horror and social commentary. I love my horror with a social commentary, which most horror does come with a social commentary. A dash of buddy dash of buddy comedy. You can't kill someone who's already dead. That's what Lavinia keeps telling their jailer after allegedly killing her mistress. But how could Simone be dead when she was taking callers just a few minutes before? Funny and much more light-hearted. Okay, well, my TBR's getting far too big. Blood on the Tide by Katie Robert. This is the second in the Crimson Sail series. Oh, I didn't even know Katie Robert was doing this series. I've read the A Deal with a Demon series by her. I tried the, I can't remember what it's called, the one with like neon gods and stuff. Yeah, Dark Olympus. I tried that. I tried the first book, Neon Gods, and it really didn't work for me. But that was kind of like at the beginning of my diving into dark romance, etc. Era, like exploration, and I was like, why is there very little plot before we get into like the sex stuff? And now that I'm a bit better read in this, I know what to expect, so I'll probably give Neon Gods another try, because now I know what to expect from the genre. But this is interesting. I wonder, oh yeah, I was checking if they're like standalones. No, not standalones, but don't have to be read in order. I think probably. Oh, I didn't even know she was doing this series. That's cool. I'll have to check that out. Immortal Pleasures by V. Castro. So this is the first one that I know I'm not going to pick up. I actually did a little discussion about V. Castro on my most recent Project 80% episode. I read the Pink Agave, Motel, and other short stories, something like that. I don't know why I can't get the name in my head. And didn't work for me, and a lot of it was like vampire, and so I decided that I would continue to leave like Goddess of Filth, The Haunting of Alejandro on my TBR, because I still want to read them. Oh, Alejandra, sorry. But I took Immortal Pleasures off my TBR because I want to see if it's V. Castro's writing I don't like, or if it's just V. Castro's vampire writing I don't like, because the Pink Agave Motel had a lot of like Aztec vampires, and I did not like the way they were written. So Castle of the Curse by Romina Garber. Never heard of this. A delicious and dark gothic romance. Ooh, sounds cool. Family Secrets. I like the idea of a YA. The weirdest book I've read. That could be something I'd enjoy. Mental health representation. Okay. I want to read this one. Empire of the Damned by J. Christoph. So this is the second in the Empire of the Vampire books trilogy. I've heard good things about the first book. I'm a little icky on J. Christoph, so that's why I've not kind of made a point to pick up the first one, even though I've heard really good things. This is one you let me know if it's worth picking up. because they're big books as well. And yeah, I don't, it gives me icky vibes as a person, allegedly. So yeah, let me know if it's worth picking up, because it is a big book to pick up. The Blackbird Oracle, I actually have this. I recently got a copy of this. This is the 5th in All Souls series by Deborah Harkness. I've only read number 1 so far, so I do need to read them, but I don't own them. I've only got them, I don't own them physically, and I'd really like to have them physically so that I can annotate as I go along. So yeah, but there was like, yeah, I was going to say quite a big break, wasn't it? I swear this was originally just meant to be a trilogy, and then, yeah, the original story is 1 to 3, and then there are sequel books. I really loved the first one, so I don't know why I haven't read it. I think so much time has passed that it has to be reread the first one now, so. Rin Chupeko. This is the 2nd in the Reaper series. I really want to read Silver Under Nightfall. I haven't picked it up yet, and this is the 2nd one. So yes, this is one I definitely want to get to, but also you have to do the first one first. Okay, so out of these, there's 28, and I've read 1. Then I've got 1, 2. I've got 1 that I'm like currently reading, and I've got 1, 2 on like my immediate TBR. Interesting. I thought I would have done better on the vampires, but I also didn't realise it was books from last year. Right, let's do some ghosts. So we're starting with Davila by Jennifer Marie Thorne. I really want to read this. This is a family dynamics one. It's a gothic book, and yeah, I don't know, people seem to enjoy it. I do really want to read this, and I just love that cover. It looks so good. The Shabti by Megara C. Lorenz. I've never heard of this, but this sounds interesting. It's set in 1934. Oh my god, it's so much better with my glasses. Sorry for the glares. I'm leaving them on now. It's set in 1934. Can you flim flam a ghost? Flim flam a ghost? What's flim flamming? Okay, interesting. Debunking spiritualism and false mediums. That does sound quite fun. Male. Okay, that sounds really fun. This person has sold it to me with this. A male 1930s romance with Egyptology starring a fake medium with middle-aged leads. Sold. That sounds great. I don't know how I haven't heard of that. In the Lonely Hours by Shannon Morgan. I have not read this. I thought it was a thriller. It says here it's a... That says thrillingly modern ghost. Oh yeah, horror mystery gothic. Okay. Yeah, that cover would have given me thriller vibes. So this is set on a small island in Scotland. That's a very good atmosphere for a ghost story. My Darling Dreadful Thing by Johanna Van Veen. This is a book I've read. I loved it. I think I gave it 5 stars, or at the very least it was like a 4.75. We follow Ruse, who has a spirit companion who is a ghost, and she goes to a crumbling estate. She's hired or kind of bought by Agnes, who is a widow, and it's sapphic, and it's kind of got a slight murder mystery element to it. It's gothic. It's just, for me, it was really, really good. Little on the long side, but I think it worked. I think the author pulled it off. A New Lease on Death, Ruby and Cordelia Mysteries, number 1, Olivia Black. This darkly funny supernatural mystery about an unlikely crime-solving duo. Genre blending. Okay, this sounds quite fun. So she moves into a new house and there's a ghost there. That sounds quite fun. And then Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. Yeah, Boneyard Key. Who did I see read this? Was it Kayla from Books and Lala? And it sounded fun. There's no like immediate review from her. Oh, is this? Oh, the second one's Ghost Business. Yeah, it sounded quite fun. I can't remember. Was it Kayla or was it Chandler? Oh, I really can't remember. But I saw someone read this, and it sounded fun to me. It was like it's giving me like Gilmore Girls vibes, but with a ghost and some house renovations. So, Happy Medium by Sarah Adler. I recognise this author's name. What else have they written? No, nothing that maybe I'm just thinking of Sherlock Holmes with Adler. So this is a con woman who must convince a skeptical, sexy farmer of his property's resident real-life ghost. Huh. A fake spirit medium. This is like a paranormal romance, yeah. She has 1 month to convince him he can't sell the property. Not jumping out of something I desperately need to get to. This Cursed House by Del Sandine. I really want to read this. A gothic southern horror debut. A young black woman abandons her 1960s life in Chicago for a position with a mysterious family in New Orleans and discover the dark truth. Yeah, I remember this one now. So I think the job offer is to be a nanny, and then she gets there and they don't have children, and it sounds really interesting. It's got a lot of the buzzwords for me. And then we've got Trespass Against Us by Leon Kemp. I've not heard of this. A young adult horror debut in dual timelines. Fans of Ace of Spades, which is on my TBR, and The Taking of Jake Livingston, which I loved. So 2 years ago, Riley visited the abandoned and allegedly haunted religious reform school Dominic house with his boyfriend Ethan and his best friends. Ethan never came out. Oh, now at 18, Riley hasn't moved on. Okay, that sounds cool. Okay, that sounds like something I would really enjoy. Hi, I just had a phone call from the school, so hopefully I've put you back roughly where you were before. This isn't in English. Is there like an English blurb? There we go. Come Out by Natalie C. Parker. A spine-tingling queer YA horror about queer teens who accidentally invoke a twisted spirit who promises help but delivers something sinister. That sounds good. For fans of Andrew Joseph White. I Am She. I literally don't need to read anymore. I want to read that book. And The Mirror by Nora Roberts. This is the second in Lost Bride trilogy. What's the first one called? The Lost Bride? I haven't heard of this. Download, okay. So Sonia inherits a huge Victorian mansion on the coast of Maine. She has no idea that the house is haunted. One night the mirror appears and Sonia glides through this looking glass into the past. Oh, that sounds interesting. So paranormal romance with a mystery element. That sounds interesting. Nora Roberts, I recognise that name. She's, yeah, I was going to say she's like quite a prolific author, isn't she? Yeah, I see. I would never pick it up based on that cover, but these covers I like. That's weird. Oh, it's the same characters, so it is like a full trilogy. Cool. The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I recognise this cover. Someone must have reviewed it in a video or something. Recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love if she can find him on Earth before 10 days are up. Yeah, I remember this storyline. So she goes back to Earth. And she has 10 days to find her soulmate, and if she finds him, she can have a second chance at life. That's interesting. I don't really like that cover. Crazy fever dream. Interesting. I think that'd be one I would pick up as like a fun audiobook. Haunt Sweet Home. This is one that I really want to read, by Sarah Pinska. This is on the set of a kitschy reality TV show. Stage scares transform into unnerving reality in a spooky ghost story. I love things like this. As an episode of Inside Number 9, which is about a like a fake scary it's like a prank show based around like a fake medium, and then it turns out there's a real ghost, and I really like that episode. So it's eerie and empathetic, yeah. Haunt Sweet Home is a multifaceted supernatural exploration of finding your own way into adulthood and into yourself. That sounds amazing. I loved that. I've not read that yet, but I read Something Else About This Author, which I loved. Read Something Else About This Author, which I loved. Really want to read that. I enjoyed that. I loved that. I've not read that, but I want to read it. So yeah, it's in good company then, by the looks of it. Phantasma. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. It's a fantasy romance with some sort of like death game, is my understanding, and obviously some sort of ghost. It's the second one. There's a second one out. Yeah, Enchantra. Were these like indie published and then they've been picked up? Is that right? I don't know, but I'm quite certain this is available on KU, so possibly I'll pick it up in the future. I have heard people really loving it. Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. I want to read this just based on Meg from Meg and the Books or something like that, because she flipping loves Catherine Arden and she always talks about how great she is. It's a historical fiction. Looks like we've got dual POV. Combat nurse set during a war. I'm not actually really a fan of books set through war, so. What Feast at Night by T. Kingfisher is the second in a Sworn Soldier duology. Currently a duology. I don't know if there's going to be more. I think there might be more actually. I liked this. Yeah, that's it. What Stalks Deep? I was going to say, I remember there's another one coming up. I like this and I like the first one, and that's about it really. I really like them. They're quite short, and I think the T. Kingfisher really creates a really good eerie atmosphere and like not many pages, so I would 100% recommend. They can be read as standalones, but you get a little bit more about the main character if you read them one and then two. Or Haunting in the Arctic by C.J. Cook. Deserted shipwreck off the coast of Iceland holds terrors and dark secrets in this chilling horror novel set in 1901. That sounds spooky. That sounds like a film I would love to watch, so possibly I should give the book a try. I do like the idea. It sounds like quite an isolated book as well, which sounds good. Anita de Monte Laughs Last by, Chotil Gonzalez. I have butchered that, I apologise. This is actually on my TBR with Indian Burial Ground by Goodreads TBR. about a first-generation Ivy League student who uncovers the genius work of a female artist decades after a suspicious death, set in 1985. That's cool. In the art world in New York City. That sounds like it'd be a really good setting. Yeah, as I said, this is on my TBR, so I'm hoping to read that shortly. Murder Road by Simone St. James. I am desperate to read this. I've loved every Simone St. James I've read. I really enjoy how she does like the two timelines and how they interconnect at some point. I really like how all of her books, or the ones I've read, have an element of, is it supernatural or is it just terrible humans? And I like that. So this is set in 1995, following a couple who take a wrong turn on the way to their honeymoon. I really love this cover as well. So if I were to buy it, I would want this cover, which I think was a book box exclusive. Yeah, but I do want to read this because, as I said, I've enjoyed the other books I've read by Simone St. James. And then finally, The Haunting of Velkwood by Gwendolyn Keast. This is a book that I have recently read and I loved it. 5-star book for me. It follows a young lady who, well, she's not young, I guess, anymore. I don't know. I can't remember how old she is, but she and a few friends survived when their neighbourhood, everyone in their neighbourhood was turned into ghosts, and like they sit in like this pocket of weird time, and then her and, well, she gets talked into going back into the town for a research thing, and she goes in to try and find out what happened, and time moves differently there, and it was just really, really good, very haunting. So yeah, out of the 20 ghost books, I've read 1, 2, 3, bit better. And I have 1, 2, like 2 on my I would like to read a very soon list, and quite a few on my I want to read list. So overall, not read as many vampire books as I'd expected, and read more ghost books than I expected, because ghosts aren't something I tend to gravitate towards unless they have the buzzwords of like gothic and isolated mansion or sentient house. Then you've got my attention. So there we go, definitely not as many as I anticipated I would have read. A lot on my TBR. I don't know how many I'll get around to. But yes, that was Vampires and Ghosts. Have you read any that I've not read? Tell me any in the comments that I should be prioritising, because there's a lot that I want to read, so help me out here. And I will be back with some more of the creatures another time, and I will see you soon. So make sure to give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see my upcoming videos, leave a ghost emoji if you don't have anything to say but want to let me know you were here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.